All right, guys, so let's get into these brows. So first, what you want to do is take a spoolie and just brush them just to make sure they're going in the right direction and to straighten out those brows. So what I'm doing here, I'm just creating the shape of the brow that I want to achieve. There's no right or wrong shape. It's just whatever you feel. Usually I just go with the shape of my brow, or sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I might create a bigger arch, but you know, to each his own. So basically I'm doing the same thing at the bottom. I don't wax my eyebrows all the time. I was trying to grow them out, but sometimes it feels like it's never gonna grow how it used to be because they're over plucked. So I mean, sometimes I wax my eyebrows, sometimes I don't. I just do this little trick. So you're gonna do the same thing that you did on the other brow on the next brow. You're just gonna create that shape and just make sure they're even. So you want to make sure you really take your time to make sure that your brows are even. You don't want to put the concealer on and then figure out that your brows are uneven, and then you have to recreate the shape, and then you have to make sure that the concealer is dry, because if it's wet, it's going to look a hot mess, honey. Okay, so if you know me, then you know I'm using the P. Louise base in shade 4. You want to use a lot. You want to make sure it's thick, not thin. And also, if you're just doing your brows, you could definitely just use a shade closer to your skin tone. This part right here is what I find soothing the most, just doing them brows. And y'all don't mind me, a fly was coming around and I had to swat it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take that brush and blend the edges to soften those edges and to make sure it blends. And then I'm gonna put it on my eyelids. You can skip this part. This is just what I do. And I definitely know that if you wax your eyebrows, you're definitely get a more smoother, flawless look. But this still came out really well for someone that doesn't wax their eyebrows often, maybe 3 times a year. I just prefer not to. If I'm going out and I'm doing my makeup, and this is how I do my brows, but normally I just wear my regular brows on a normal daily basis, unless I'm like going out special or for lunch or something like that, or, you know, clubbing, bars, you know, something like that. And you're basically just doing the same thing that you did on the other side of the brows. And I'm putting it on my lid again. You can skip that step if you like. I'm just trying to give my face a more softer look. When I do my makeup, I kind of do like the inner portions of my face just to give it more like a softer look, because my pores are kind of like, but you know. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking some makeup remover and I'm just taking some of that concealer off the top portion of my forehead. I feel like it was all over. And I'm just going to do my eyebrows. I'm not really putting on foundation on my face or anything. But what I'm going to do is take a little bit of foundation and just put it a little bit on top of my brows just to blend that in. Because if you can tell, it's really light. Now, usually I would use a darker shade when I'm doing this. But, you know, I guess I just wasn't thinking today. But it is what it is. But this is something you can do, you know, just to blend it in. Right, and I didn't do it in the video, but you could also take some of your foundation and put it towards like the temple too to kind of blend it in, because you could tell it's like kind of light right there. That's something I did off camera, but this is the finished look. Like wax brows, not today, honey, but they still slayed, okay? And if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And if you like this tutorial, make sure you hit that follow button for more. Bye.